Ben Felder covered a meeting with Ryan Walters, who is currently the Secretary of Education, but he's running to be state superintendent. And he's in Edmond and opens by praising the law that, quote, bans the teaching of concepts of critical race theory. So again, we are banning the teaching of ideas. And this is the party of, being against cancel culture and all this shit. And they ban the teaching of ideas. I mean, and there's been a joke lately about in Virginia, I think there was a county that they're talking about book burnings and things like that. I mean, it's just guys, I think you are what you claim to hate. But this is what they go on about, right? I mean, Ryan Walters, who is literally the Secretary of Education in the midst of a teacher shortage and, still dealing with COVID and all this stuff. And he's talking about this shit. This is what his big issue is cancel culture and critical race theory. I mean, it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I mean, and the other thing too is I really think it's really interesting that nobody wants to, and not to give them ideas, but have conversations about local control over education. It's nobody ever wants to talk about kids in OKCPS don't want to be learning about the non-existence of
racism,
of racism,
yeah.
Racism. OKCPS or Putnam City should be talking about stuff oh, hey, we should do I don't freaking know, speaking about the history of Claire Looper and how the civil rights movement started in Oklahoma City, or talking about the Vietnamese refugees coming to Oklahoma and how that started up here in the first place, or just what the freaking frack is our indigenous history.
Exactly.
Nobody
back, please.
Those things. Which personally, Nick, I think that to counter the CRT narrative, we have to have this is our curriculum that we want to be teaching out to people, and it's that's the real critical race theory was the journey all along. That's the that's the conversation that I'd rather be opposing with that.
Yeah, and it's just having multiple kids in the public schools, but having a 7-year-old who's in first grade. Let me tell you what they did this week. They put on a I don't know, I haven't watched all the videos because there's so many of them, but multi-week long effort to produce a Veterans Day program, toting basically American militarism. It's it's whatever the opposite of learning about CRT is, that's what we're teaching kids right now. It's this Please. Land is it's just it's all just nationalism. That's what my kid has spent the last 3 weeks learning is how to be a good God-fearing American.
I'm allergic. So wild. As an immigrant, I'm allergic to this nationalism shit. It's just.
Well, guess what? They were all learning it. I mean, they're singing patriotic songs. They're singing
Listen,
not a CRT to be found. Let me tell you.
When I was in high school, man, I actually not this is not something I tell a lot of people, but I actually wanted to be a Marine when I was in high school.
Sure. I mean, I get why.
They felt they were we lost the game. We came here for doing whatever it freaking took, and now this kid wants to join the military. I was I like the discipline, and as you can see, I'm not in the military today. But you know what? If they're gonna have the military come into schools, why don't you have organizers come into schools then? They don't want us in there. I don't want you in
definitely
there.
Teach both sides at minimum. I mean,
right.
If we're being fair here.
If we're being fair, you have to teach both sides.
It's just. Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.